Hi everyone, welcome back to Life of a Puzzle Girl. Happy 2026. I hope you had a fantastic holiday period over the Christmas New Year's. In this video here I want to give you a wrap up of my holiday period, including showing you new puzzles, sharing with you reviews of puzzles that I've done during this period, and if you stick around you'll also hear a little story about what happened to me on Christmas morning that resulted in a call to the emergency services. Okay, so for my Christmas 2025 puzzle haul, I didn't get a huge amount of puzzles on Christmas Day, but that was absolutely fine. My family and I decided we weren't going to go all out on presents this year, just make it more about our family and spending time with them. My oldest daughter came home from the UK to New Zealand for Christmas and surprised everyone, so it was more about spending time with our loved ones than all the gifts. However, I did get 3 new puzzles as Christmas gifts. Let me share those with you. This first one, I'm so excited to share this with you. There's a little story about it as well that goes with it. This 500-piece circular Ravensburger puzzle, limited edition. It is an orange glitter puzzle in the shape of a vinyl record. Some of you may recognize which musical artist this belongs to. If you've watched previous videos on my channel, you'll also know I'm a big fan of this artist. It is a limited edition puzzle celebrating the release of Taylor Swift's 12th studio album, which is called The Life of a Showgirl. Now, this is limited edition. It's not available in New Zealand. So what you had to do to get this puzzle was go onto a wait list with Ravensburger. There are only 2,000 of them. And then when the puzzle was released, I think they did some kind of raffle or draw out of the people who were on the wait list, and the 2,000 lucky people got them. So when I saw this come up, I begged my daughter in the UK to see if she could get on the list to get me one. When I saw on social media that these were being issued to people, and Ravensburger announced that people were starting to receive emails letting them know if they were lucky enough to get this puzzle, I messaged her and I said, Ravensburger is sending emails, you should hopefully get the email today. She responded and told me that she had not received an email. Then, apparently a week later, she did get the email, but she never came back to me to tell me because she wanted to keep it a secret and a surprise, which it was. So, I'm really looking forward to doing this one, and of course you can guarantee what music I'll be listening to as I do this one, but I'm going to share it in a video when I've done that for you. I may also be the only person in New Zealand to have one of these. Because they were only available in the Northern Hemisphere in certain countries, I don't know of any other New Zealanders who have managed to procure one. So I may just be the only Kiwi in New Zealand who's got one of these, and I'm really excited about it. So if you're a Swiftie and a puzzler, this is the ultimate puzzle that you could have got for Christmas this year. And I got one. This next puzzle I wanted to show you is this Lego Tiny Garden 1000-piece puzzle. I have to admit that this is a Christmas present that I did purchase for myself and then gave to the family to wrap up. I do really enjoy Lego. I do already have a big collection of Lego. It's quite big in our house. Mr. Life of a Puzzle Girl likes it as well. What better way to mesh those two interests than with a Lego puzzle? This next puzzle was one that I went and purchased in the Boxing Day sales after Christmas. This Lawrence King puzzle is illustrated by Leah Mopetit and designed by Mylene Moses. I had my eye on this puzzle for a while. Of course, why wouldn't I? 299 cats and 1 dog. I've already taken the time to spot where the little dog fits in. See if you can spot it in this picture here. This next batch of puzzles are ones I found on Facebook Marketplace. I love that as an option for shopping for puzzles, and you just have to keep going back in and checking because people pop new things up in there all the time. This Colour Deluxe 1000-piece puzzle called Candied Granny Smith Apples. This is an image by Anna Kostyuk. Looks really colourful, and those apples look tasty. This next puzzle has a bit of a double challenge to it. So not only do you do the 550 piece jigsaw puzzle, but you also have to search for over 1,000 subjects starting with the letter S. This is a Hodgson puzzle by artist Mike Wilkes. If we look inside, we can actually see the pieces are quite large format, and there's also a solution brochure, which I won't use initially. I'll do the puzzle and see how far I get. I doubt that I'll be able to get all 1,000 items in there. I didn't even think there were 1,000 items on the image to start with, so but it could be fun doing a bit of a hunt for those. These next two puzzles are very similar. We've got A is for arson, C is for chocolate. Both are Hodgson puzzles licensed through from Paul Lamond Games. They're from 1999 with the artist B.S. Randall. The interesting thing about these puzzles is that inside each box are two 500-piece puzzles and a murder story. So you have to solve the two 500-piece puzzles. One is of the scene before the crime, and then one is of the scene after the crime. Then you put those two puzzles together, you look for the differences, you read the story, and you work out who committed the murder from there. This next puzzle is another Hodgson brand puzzle. It's a 2019 puzzle in the Windows to the World series. It's called London Tea Party. The artist is Chris Kozak. This next category of puzzles are ones I've picked up from an op shop. This is a 550-piece Paul Lamond Games puzzle called The King's Men. It's an Inspector Morse mystery jigsaw puzzle game. You have to complete the jigsaw puzzle and then solve the murder based on that. This next puzzle, called Critters, is a 1990 Buffalo Games puzzle. It is in their Mystic series and it is two-sided. So artist Ray McGuinness has done this. He's done two images. This one on the box is called Critters, and then there is a second image on the back of which you don't know what it is. There's no picture. Just as I said there's no picture, I read the writing on the back and it says the mystery puzzle is called Magical Mystery Tour, and it looks like it's a scene of castles and chasms. It's down here. So maybe the mystery is not quite as mysterious as I first thought. Still though, it's a mystery. This next puzzle here, 1,200 pieces by FX Schmid. It is a photograph by R. Kirsch. It looks really hard. Another challenging puzzle for me. Yay! There's going to be a lot of white. It's like, how do you do a puzzle for a polar bear in a snowstorm? It's all white. But I enjoy a puzzling challenge, so I'll get on to this one day and I'll show you how I get on. This last puzzle is a Crown and Andrews puzzle from 2003. It's in the world's most beautiful jigsaw puzzles range, 748 pieces. It is a photograph by photographer George Mays and it is called The Paved Pathway. Before we carry on and have a look at all these puzzles that I've been doing in the last couple of weeks over the holiday period, I just want to tell you a quick story about what happened to me on Christmas morning, which almost ruined Christmas for everybody. Certainly made the day a lot more challenging for me. So we went away for Christmas to spend time with our family in a different town, booked ourselves into a lovely Airbnb. It was two-story. I think you can see where this is going. Christmas morning, I woke up. I went and told my kids it was time to get up, go downstairs, to open some gifts and get ready to go and join the rest of our family. I get to the bottom of the stairs and then just lose my footing, fell on the bottom step. So I was almost safe, almost made it to the bottom, and then, just slipped. I landed on my back, just across the middle here, right on the edge of one of the steps. It was so painful, and then my tailbone also hit the floor really hard, so I had terrible pain. I tell you, it was worse than the time I broke my ankle playing netball, which is saying something. So after laying on the stairs for a wee moment just to gather myself, I was feeling quite winded and very sore. I was telling my husband, don't move me, I just need to make sure I'm okay before we move me. Then once I started to feel like I was safe to move, I could feel all my fingers and my toes and move my arms and legs, I decided I didn't want to be laying on the floor, so I got up. I managed to get about 5 steps over towards the kitchen bench, and then I felt terrible, so dizzy, so lightheaded. My legs went to jelly. I was feeling really nauseous, so I sat down on the floor. My husband gave me a pot because it was an Airbnb, he didn't know where anything was, so he gave me a pot in case I needed to throw up. Then my daughter managed to find a better receptacle, a better bowl. She took the pot off me, gave me that bowl, and then next minute I was out. I passed out. I had no idea at the time that this was going on. I passed out, had a little sort of mini seizure. I came to. Remember my husband telling my youngest daughter to call the ambulance because they were worried about me, and they laid me down, put me in the recovery position. Talking to the emergency services, they're like, okay, all right, we'll be with you soon. Then a few minutes later we get a phone call. It's a paramedic, and before they came around, they wanted to ask a few more questions. By that stage, I'd come around. I was feeling okay, very sore though, but I could move. So the paramedic asked me lots of questions and then got me to stand up again and go and sit down on a couch, and so I managed to do that, didn't pass out again, so they decided that they didn't need to come. But oh my gosh, I was so sore and covered in bruises. It just made for a really quiet Christmas day. The positive side of that though was I didn't have to do any of the cooking or cleaning, which was great. But my family did a fantastic job looking after me, and I didn't ruin Christmas after all. It was one of those moments though where you feel like your life flashes before your eyes. One of the first things I thought as I went down and I felt the pain was, oh my gosh, I've ruined Christmas. But then I was thinking, oh my gosh, I've broken my back. It's so easy to have an accident when you don't expect it and your life can change. And I was just very, very lucky and very grateful that I didn't do any lasting damage. But my poor family, having to watch me go through that was quite tough. So for the rest of our holiday in that Airbnb, I was supervised every time I wanted to go upstairs or downstairs. Someone was keeping an eye on me and telling me to be very careful. I felt like I was a little kid again. Anyway, so that accident, whilst I was in quite a bit of pain, it gave me a really good opportunity just to sit down and do quiet activities. What else is there to do when you're feeling a little bit under the weather and you have to just sit quietly or sit still, take care of yourself? For me, that's puzzling. So I've managed to get through a whole bunch of puzzles here, which I'll show you now. Just before jumping into this pile here, let's just jump back to past me, where I did a quick review video of 2 puzzles that I did in the Airbnb. So this puzzle here is one I found in my Airbnb on my Christmas holidays. It is called Journey Beyond Reveries. It's by La La Land brand, and it was by artist Murillo Manzini, who is a house artist for the La La Land brand. It's 1,000 pieces. It also comes with a really helpful poster if you need this for doing your puzzles. Let me just hold that. What really attracted me to this puzzle were the different colours, lots of different areas to be able to pull out pieces to sort out and build. I really liked all the different animals on there, the zebra, peacock, tigers, there's a toucan and a monkey, different plants. They were all different colours and textures, which meant when I was doing this, it was really easy to sort out the different coloured pieces, different textured pieces, and then build each element from those little piles that I made. Overall, this puzzle came together really quickly because of all the different areas that were easy to sort out. It was easy to build each of the components. There were very clear boundaries between each of the pieces. There weren't quite as many of those green background pieces as it actually looks. So that was quite quick to come together as well. I didn't even save those green bits till last. The last bit that I did was the tiger panel. Technically speaking, I did have help on this puzzle because my daughter came in and put in the last piece, so she says that she helped me with this. Even though I did 999 pieces and she did one, it sounds like this was a team effort. This puzzle is also strong enough that it will survive the pickup challenge. Overall, I was really happy with this puzzle as a surprise holiday puzzle. It was so great to turn up to my Airbnb and find that they had a couple of puzzles here. This is the one that I've done. My nephew has started on the other one that's here. It's a 500 piece puzzle. He's not quite finished it yet, and if he doesn't quite get there, I'll jump in and help him towards the end. This is the puzzle that my nephew is working on. It is the Brighter Future puzzle by Icehouse Ventures. The artist is Julia Murray, and it has been produced by the Peace House company here in New Zealand, which is a top quality New Zealand brand, and the pieces are really good quality as well. But it's a really cool, fun image. The thing he's enjoying the most about this image is picking out all the things that interest him. So the first thing he did was build the airplane, because he's actually training to become a pilot. Even though he is only young, he just loves flying. He's also noted there the Sky Tower, which is an Auckland icon of the landscape, and there's lots of other little bits. So it's a great puzzle for a detail-orientated young boy who loves flying. I think it might be his first 500 piece puzzle as well, so maybe we can convert him to become an avid puzzler like his auntie. Once we got back home from our trip away, I was still quite sore, so I've just been carrying on doing the puzzling just to keep myself busy whilst I recuperate. A lot of these puzzles here are ones that have been in my puzzle collection for a while, and I've made a deal with myself that I will work through my puzzle collection this year to see what ones I want to keep, what ones I want to pass on. But of course I don't feel that I can pass any on until I've at least done the puzzle once. So this is me starting that process. I'm also using a lot of these for the New Zealand Jigsaw Puzzle Association Summer Bingo. This first puzzle is one of my favourites. It is called Puzzle Complaints, and it's basically just a bunch of whinging chickens. It's by artist Sandra Boynton. I've done this puzzle once before. This one here has actually been put together by my daughter this time, but I've done it before myself. It is absolutely hilarious. Really enjoy it. This is one I'm going to keep in my puzzle collection. It was a gift from my husband in 2024 when I just started on my speed puzzle journey. He spotted it, saw it was a 500 piece, knew that I enjoyed doing 500 piece puzzles, and so he grabbed it for me. Absolutely love it. It's also really good quality puzzle. The pieces stick together really well. You can see you can quite easily lift it up. The puzzle pieces have a smooth blue backing on them, which makes them really nice to work with, and there's no puzzle dust. They click together really well. They are large format size pieces, which means you do need a bigger space to work with than other 500 piece puzzles. This next puzzle here is a 300 piece Hinkler in the Mindful Jigsaw puzzle series. It is called Big, Bold and Beautiful. It is a Shutterstock image by Maria Daly. It's a really good one to puzzle, very quick. The bright colours made it easy to know where pieces go, even though you've got similar colours there, they're slightly different hue, so you could see when it was going there versus there. The puzzles also stick together really well. You can lift it carefully. There's a little bit of puzzle dust under here, Oops, not too bad. Really enjoyed this one, but this is one that I will pass on because I just don't think that I would want to do this one again and again and again. So I won't be keeping this one in my collection. It will either go to an op shop or a puzzle swap at the next New Zealand Jigsaw Puzzle Association event that I go to. This 500 piece puzzle here is by Arrow Puzzles. It is called African Animals. The artist is Adrian Chesterman. This one doesn't hold together quite as well as some other puzzles. You can see there it's starting to kind of pull apart a little bit. It's a pretty fun puzzle to do, but it's not one that I'm going to keep in my collection. I will take this one to a puzzle swap event as well. This 500 piece puzzle is a Hinkler. It's obviously Leaning Tower of Pisa. It is a Shutterstock image by Ezekiel and was produced in 2022. This is a lower quality puzzle. It doesn't stick together too well, as you can see there. But what I really liked about this puzzle, so there is a gradient here coming through the sky, and so on the surface that looks pretty tricky, but my color recognition was working on the day that I did this puzzle, and so I was actually able to pick out those variations in color, and I managed to get through that bit there quite quickly. There's also color variation in the tower itself, so there's 3 different colors of brown in there, so that made it easier to determine which part of the tower the pieces went into. And these colorful clouds here were also quite easy to do as well. Down the bottom here, this ground, although it's in shadow, there's actually 2 different colors in here, and so you can see the texture coming through, which actually made it a lot easier to complete this puzzle. But again, this is one that I'm happy I've done it once, but I won't be holding on to this one, so I'm going to take this one to a puzzle swap as well. This is a 1000 piece puzzle by Lawrence King Publishing. It is called The Book Lover's Christmas by artist Michael Kirkham. Also comes with this cool poster, which of the puzzle image. And on the back it tells you about the stories that the artwork has been drawn from. Lawrence King puzzles are really good quality. I absolutely love them. They are soft to the touch. It's a really luxurious feeling. They hold together really well, so you can do a pickup if you want to. And the artwork on them is really cool. This is a top quality puzzle. I've done it twice now, and I'm definitely keeping this one in my collection. This next puzzle is a 1000 piece Wholesome puzzle. It is called The 12 Days of Christmas by artist Lynn Bywaters. It was produced in 1996. Here in New Zealand, the Wholesome brand is known for having a tricky puzzle cut. And so 30 years ago, it was even harder than it is in the puzzle cut that they use now. They have pieces that are only like half pieces, for example. This one here, so you can kind of see it's a really small, tricky half-size piece. What that usually means is that the puzzle doesn't necessarily hold together very well. So you can't attempt too much of a pickup with it because, see, bits fall out, right? So when I started doing this one, it's been in my puzzle stash for quite a while. I'll just talk to you about it while I fix it. It's been in my puzzle stash for quite a while, and I wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy it. The particular art style didn't overly appeal to me, but I do like Christmas, so I was quite attracted to the fact it was a Christmas puzzle. But I decided to give it a go. One of the things about the Wholesome puzzles though is that with the piece cut being the way it is, there's also a lot of false fits, and I saw that a lot in this puzzle, particularly around the borders, all being red pieces. It wasn't necessarily always clear that I had the piece in the right place, and there were some that were wrong right until the end when I was finishing the puzzle, which I needed to fix up. I normally wouldn't start a puzzle with the border first if it was all one colour like this, but because the Wholesome puzzles are so crumbly, and I wanted to see if it fitted on this piece of foam board. I needed to start it by doing the border, so that's why I did that. The bonus with this particular puzzle is that it came with an extra piece, which is a duplicate for that piece there on this green dress. Overall though, even though I don't necessarily enjoy the Hodgson piece cut and the fact that there's always a lot of false fits, I did enjoy doing this puzzle. However, not enough to keep it in my collection and do it again. So this is one I will be putting out to either an op shop or to a puzzle swap. This next 1000 piece Hodgson puzzle is called Watching the World Go By. It is by artist Emma Justra. It is a 2022 Hodgson puzzle, so the piece cut is different to that one I just showed you. It doesn't have those little half pieces in it anymore, which does actually help the structural integrity. So this one here is slightly stronger, less likely to fall apart if you move it, which is actually really good. The downside is it still had quite a few false fits, particularly in this bottom section here where you have the same image with the green background and the yellow flowers. So that just took a little bit of extra effort to make sure I got that right. Really love the colours on this. The image is very cool to puzzle. There's lots of things going on in here, things to look at. There's lots of critters, dragonflies, bees, butterflies, baby ducklings, all sorts of things happening in here. So really love the image, the artwork. The quality of the piece cut though means that I will not keep this one. I will pass this on through an op shop or a puzzle swap. Okay, so this third and final Hodgson is called Television History. It's by artist Jim Mallet and it's from 2007. Although it's from 2007, it doesn't have that really old piece cut. So again, there were none of those half-size pieces in here, but it's still really crumbly. So like you can't really pick it up. You see, it breaks quite easily. But it's a really nice puzzle to do. There's so much going on in here, so many familiar characters and faces from the past. There's always something new to look for. I'm using this one for the New Zealand Jigsaw Puzzle Association Puzzle Bingo. There is a category for an actor or actress, and I think this puzzle is basically a take your pick kind of puzzle, but for me really stands out, and the one that I will point to as being my actress is Wonder Woman. So when I was really little, I had my own Wonder Woman dress-up outfit, which I loved to put on, and I would run around doing the arm thing like this because I was so cool and I just thought I was Wonder Woman. I was probably only 3 or 4. I loved that show, and although I really enjoyed doing this puzzle, I am going to pass this one on as well and let someone else enjoy it too, and it basically just comes down to the puzzle cut being a little bit frustrating. Okay, so for this 500 piece Ravensburger puzzle, it's an Amy Stewart image and it is called Vintage Library. This is one my daughter brought over with her from the UK so that I could do it because I hadn't done it before. I did really enjoy this. As usual, quality, Ravensburger quality is amazing. You know, you've got these really good strong interlocking puzzles. The puzzle pieces feel amazing. The image is cool. Really like the idea of building separate blocks of things. One thing I did notice though is that I felt that the colors didn't pop as much on this puzzle as they did on the image. I thought the image was a little bit darker on the puzzle than it is on the box. So when you've got all the pieces in front of you, it does look like a lot of them are quite similar in terms of the color, so that gives it a little bit of extra challenge. But it's a very fast puzzle to do. It's quite easy to pull out these different types of text and put them together. This one here will either stay in my collection or go home with my daughter. Won't be passing this one on. I tend to keep my Ravensburgers. Okay, stick with me guys, we're almost there. This one here is called Challenge Buttons. It is another Ravensburger puzzle, 1,000 pieces. Absolutely loved doing this one. Honestly thought it would be harder than it was. I'm going to make a separate video to show you how I put this one together and just share all my progress shots with you. So I won't say too much about it here in this video, other than to watch out for another video coming up in the near future about this one here. Okay. This one here is a special puzzle. Not many of you may have seen this one. It is a New Zealand based puzzle called Cheeky Care. So it's published by Livewires and the artist is Catherine Marion. There are several of these types of puzzles in the Livewires catalogue. What really attracted me to this puzzle here is I do love New Zealand birds. I also love colour. This has got a lot of colour. I had help on this puzzle. My youngest daughter came and helped me finish it off. There's one thing about this puzzle, could be a little bit better, and there are false fits in this, especially around the edge where it's all the same colour. It was obviously the last piece that we did. We did not do the border first. Started in this centre area, building the care first, these flowers, and then working on the Pahurakawa flowers as well, and then kind of put it all together. There was a challenge to it, but it wasn't overly challenging. Really did love it. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep this one. I might put this one out into a puzzle swap at an NZJPA event and let someone else have a go at it before, rather than do it again. Okay, we've made it to the end. This is the last one, I promise, but it's a doozy. This is the Wasjig Reindeer Rumpus and Advent Calendar by artist Paul Gibbs. Every day in December I got to open one of these little windows and have a look to see what was going on behind the scenes. The concept is that Santa has turned up to this Christmas market. His reindeer are running amok, and all these individual little puzzles of 54 pieces tell the story of what the reindeers get up to and what carnage they create. Now, I have a bone to pick with this. I love Wasjigs. I do them. I've done them over many years. I have had a break from doing them recently though, just so I could focus on other puzzles. Really enjoyed doing these. I love the concept of the Wasjigs. The artwork is always colourful. It's really interesting to see what the differences are from what you see on the box to what you see in the picture. But the quality of these, something's happened to them, and maybe it was a change because they're now jumbo. I don't know if they've always been jumbo, but they're really crumbly. Like, look, you can't pick them up. And for someone like me who wanted to kind of hold on to them, lay them all out and show them to people, or look at them all in one together, I'd been making them and saving them, stacking them in a pile, and it was super frustrating trying to move them into this configuration to show you. I had to rebuild at least 3 of them, which fell apart when I did that. So the quality of them in terms of interlocking is really poor, but the quality of the artwork and the story that goes with it is good. So it's just been one of those situations where 50% of it I've enjoyed, the other 50% I haven't. So for this, I will be packing it up and offering it out to someone else in the New Zealand puzzle community to do, purely based on the fact that the pieces don't stick together. It's just so annoying. It's the small things that really annoy you, right? I just want to be able to pick up my puzzle and move it. So to not be able to do that drives me batty. I really like the concept of advent calendars, just having a little piece of puzzling every day, something to look forward to, and whether you do it in the morning or the afternoon, the evening, whenever you get your advent calendar out and do it. It's so cool to know that you've got a little piece of puzzling to focus on. It doesn't take long to do. I love that concept. But I want my puzzle to stay together. So here's a spoiler alert. If you don't want to see what these images are, look away now. as I'm going to do a close-up and show you each of these little images as we close out the video. Just before we close out this video, just want to let you know it's been a couple of weeks now since I had my accident on Christmas Day. I am feeling so much better. I think the puzzling really helped. It stopped me from overexerting myself, running around like a headless chook, and it just kept me nice and still and let my body rest and relax and heal faster. So I would recommend it to anyone. If you are under the weather, you've hurt yourself, you're recuperating for whatever reason, get yourself a puzzle, get it out and get on with it. It really does help the healing process. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate your company today. I'm really excited about what puzzling I am going to be able to do in 2026, and I look forward to seeing you all here on that journey with me. And best wishes to all for a wonderful 2026 full of lots of cool puzzling. See you in the next video.